they're old. That's your... And they're old. That's your...
Captain's log, stardate 6147.4. We're orbiting planet Taurus 2 in the Murasaki 312 nebula. Our orders? Investigate the disappearance of a science vessel in this area. Search and rescue operations are about to commence.
People you can interact with have icons above their heads. Press the X button to talk with them.
Lieutenant, we've located the wreckage of a crashed ship down there. I need to get boots on the ground, find out what's going on. Take a landing party down to the surface. Assess the situation and look... Not so fast. We can't use the transporters due to atmospheric interference. You'll need to take a shuttlecraft down. Use the sensors to locate a safe landing. Did you find a suitable landing area? Excellent. I've assigned Ensign Mears to your landing party. She's been to Taurus 2 before. Her insight will be quite valuable. Meet up with her and the others in the shuttle bay. Don't forget to grab a phaser in the armory on your way. From what I've read in Jim Kirk's report, Taurus 2 can get a little rough.
Ensign Tarsi, reporting for duty. The captain's asked me to make sure you get back in one piece, and I intend to do just that. Let's see. M-class planet? Barely. The Tarians are big, primitive, and quick to anger. I'd keep my phaser handy if I were you. Speaking of which, if you want to follow me to the armory, we can make sure your phaser is properly calibrated.
Your mini-map shows you where your objectives are. An arrow will appear on the mini-map if you are far away from your objective.
Ensign Mears reporting as ordered. I'm ready when you are. Though I can't say I'm happy to see Taurus 2 again. I was one of the so-called Galileo 7, a science team sent to study the Murasaki effect. Our shuttle crashed on Taurus 2. Not all of us made it back to the Enterprise alive.
The rare living red shirt.
Thank you. You can see why I'm reluctant to return to such a place.
Will she die on the mission?
Yes, of course you're right, Lieutenant. I am a Starfleet officer, and I will
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
It's just as grim as I remember it here. My skin... Right. Okay. It appears the ship crashed somewhere north of here. There are 2 paths from here that lead to the crash site, and there may be survivors on both. I recommend you take Alpha Team along the northwestern path, and I'll take Beta to the northeast. We'll rendezvous at the main crash site.
Remember,
Nope,
your
gotta
mini-map
call it
shows you
now.
where your objectives are.
He's gonna
An
die.
arrow will appear on the mini-map if you are far away from your objective.
Calling it now, he's gonna die.
To sprint, press and hold the left stick while moving.
Is that a warp nacelle? Whoa. Ew.
That's what she said. Damn it. Shouldn't have said that.
Definitely Federation tech here. What's left of a shuttlecraft's coolant assembly, according to my tricorder. There's your crashed shuttle. What's left of it?
Interactions can be interrupted by movement or combat.
Can I have a word, Lieutenant? Lieutenant, you won't be able to get close enough to revive him.
Hey,
Thank
pretty
you.
kitty.
We need...
Flores! Look out!
First red shirt of the day. Wasn't the one I called. I don't care. It's the original
What are
Star
they
Trek. It
feed these
wouldn't be
things?
worth.
Well, never mind.
There we go. Oh wait, that's right. I'm Vulcan. I'm supposed to sound logical. Now.
I'm Dr. Phineas Grogan, part of a research team studying the Murasaki effect. Well, I was before the ship crashed. I was looking for supplies when that thing roared. Got distracted and then that plasma coil blew. Damn near killed me.
No shit. You're lucky to be alive.
You're telling me? We should get those supplies back to camp. Dr. Mueller's probably worried sick about it by now.
Yo. your ass in the back.
Am I glad to see you? We thought we were stranded here with those monsters. Those supplies you brought will come in handy while we wait. Just put them over there for now. You know, I think there's some old phaser rifles in there. Might come in handy against those creatures.
Shame my awesome phaser ain't good enough.
There are rifles in that crate. We should show the survivors how to shoot them. I'll set up some targets while you get ready.
A phaser? I've never shot one of these before.
Wait,
You need
you
to
want me
equip your
to
phaser
shoot
rifle.
this?
To do so, press the Options button and select the Captain option under the Ship and Crew heading.
The targets are ready, Lieutenant. Let the survivors start shooting.
Wow, thanks. That feels a lot better.
I get it. That gives me a lot more control.
Oh.
They're right behind me.
Heads up! The Taurians are attacking!
We need to get these people to safety, Lieutenant. The Taurian... Lieutenant, we've held... Shut the doors! They're right behind us! Okay. Last time I was here, Commander Scott, electrified the hull of our shuttle. That drove the Taurians off when they tried to break in. Think we can pull something like that off here? You did it! Lieutenant, it worked! Bless you, Scotty, wherever you are. I think we owe you a very nice bottle of scotch. The Taurians ambushed us. I managed to escape, but the others... they've been taken. We've got to do something, and fast!
I was thinking, we can use our tricorders to track residual heat.
He gonna throw a rock. And then I get hit by some rock.
Lieutenant! We're over here! Help! Thanks for coming back for us, sir. We owe you one. Pretty sure those things were gonna have us for dinner.
Yeah, most likely.
Fascinating. The Taurians appear to be in a late Stone Age state of development.
Now isn't the best time for an anthropology lecture, Skial.
Am I seeing things? Because those guys picking through the wreckage...
Enemy targets on center.
Looks like they're not in the mood for questions, Lieutenant. Hey, is that a Klingon pad? Bring it to me. I have some experience decrypting Klingon data. My little sister's diary was harder to decrypt. Sure, Klingons are...
Captain Core, your plan has worked perfectly, sir. Many ships have fallen into our trap. We've snared a few merchant ships and a Starfleet science vessel so far. You'll be pleased to hear that we're picking up a Federation cruiser on long-range sensors. Constitution class. Time to hunt bigger game. Glory to the Empire!
Looks like the Klingons are using both guile and brute force here, Lieutenant. A pretty potent combination. The captain's definitely gonna want to hear about this. Let's get back to the shuttle before more of them show up.
You just had to say that, didn't you? Oh look, even more.
We're ready to go when you are. Hope this thing's got enough fuel to get us back to the ship. Are you ready to board the shuttle, Lieutenant?
No.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
We made it. Never thought I'd be so happy to see a shuttle bay. I admit I had my doubts in the beginning. Didn't think I'd hold it together down there. Every time I heard those things roar. But here I am. Thanks for believing in me.
Okay. Oh, we are getting shot at on the ship. Whatever shall we do?
Bridge to shuttle bay. Please respond. We have some uninvited guests, Lieutenant. We've been boarded. The Klingons have breached the hull on the engineering deck and blocked our access. Since I can't send security in, I need you to secure the deck. Start with the engineering lab.
I'm remembering an old Earth adage about leaping from frying pans into fire.
Out of the frying pan into the fire? It's not that hard to remember.
I'll cover you while you clear out the lab, Lieutenant.
Shut down our primary plasma conduits. Get them running, fast. Plasma conduits reinitialized. Auxiliary power restored. Now clear out that armory.
Watch out! More Klingons!
This dude literally just leap out like tra-la-la type shit. Okay, cool. I didn't know they were...
Great work. Secure engineering next, if you can.
We've cleared the rest of the deck, Lieutenant.
Bridge to engineering. Please respond. Nice work. Internal sensors showed you have secured...
Some missions in Star Trek Online will change based on your career track. Engineering, science, or tactical.
Weapon power relays are up and running. Charge all phaser banks. I need you on the bridge, Lieutenant.
Sir, incoming transmission.
Federation starship, this is Captain Core. Surrender if you must, but I'd rather you fight with honor.
Good work, Lieutenant. The Klingons will think twice before they try to...
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Sensors are picking up Klingon power signatures in 2 nearby satellites. I'm thinking they're broadcasting the distress signals that lured in our ships. Bring us in close so we can scan them and find out.
Press up to increase your ship speed. Press down to decrease your ship speed.
Science report coming in now. The satellites are using a triaxilating signal. It's strong enough to cut through the interference and reach ships outside the nebula. Clever. Almost a shame we have to blow them up, isn't it?
Use your torpedo to attack enemies who are not shielded.
Oh.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Nice work. 1 down, 1 to go. Looks like this one is shielded, though.
You must be within 10 kilometers of an enemy to attack it. Hold the up button to activate and deactivate full impulse. Use your phaser beam to weaken shielded targets. Ship is under attack. Use your torpedo on an enemy when their shield is down. You must be out of combat to answer the hail. The red alert message at the top of your screen will indicate if you are in combat.
Gee, I never would have guessed that.
Can you hear us? We're under attack by Klingon raiders. Our shields are buckling. Won't last long.
I have a feeling it's a trap. Of course, it probably is. Not even surprised. Oh, look, it is going to be a trap. It's a good day for you to die.
Thanks for the help. Our engines are offline. Could you... Thanks for everything.
Lieutenant, I've made some modifications to our torpedo launcher. I think...
Hold the up button to activate and deactivate full impulse. Press the circle button to activate high yield torpedo. Will increase the power of your next torpedo attack for 30 seconds.
Your head will decorate my bridge!
Target's shield have failed.
More Klingon ships detected on long-range sensors, sir. Fire!
This is the USS Enterprise. Acknowledge, please.
So, the cub comes to fight beside the wolfie, and now you will die with him as well.
Nah, I don't think so.
Warning, ship is under attack.
This isn't over, Kirk. I will avenge myself upon you and your lackey.
Thank you for your assistance.
Looks like we're done, Lieutenant. Starfleet Command wants us and Enterprise back for a debriefing on this mess. Helm, set a course for Earth space dock. Warp factor 3.
Captain Garrett wants to see you in his office, Lieutenant. But he says to feel free to mingle with the other officers first. I'd take him up on that if I were you. I mean, how often do you get the chance to meet the crew of the Enterprise? The best of the best.
I'm probably gonna have to watch her around Kirk. Sulu!
May the great bird of the galaxy bless your planet.
Lieutenant Uhura of the Starship Enterprise.
We were in Starfleet Academy together.
It's been a pleasure working with you. I didn't enjoy going back to Taurus 2, but we got the job done thanks to you. Starfleet First Officers must be my good luck charm. Captain Garrett has requested me for a new logistics position here at ESD. Might not be as glamorous as the Final Frontier, but I've accepted. Until next time, good luck out there.
If you're going into the lion's den, you'll need a medical officer.
That was some fine work back there, friend. It's not every day one walks away from a brawl with the Klingons. You look familiar. If you don't mind me saying so. Have we met before? Ah, must be my imagination then. You meet a lot of folks serving in Starfleet, to be sure. By the way, I heard you ran into the local wildlife on Taurus 2. Right unfriendly devils, aren't they? I won't be forgetting those gigantic spears anytime soon. Look me up sometime. We'll have a drink and share some caveman tales.
How is that a better Scottish accent than the original Scotty? That's saying something right there.
Thanks for coming. I have some good news to share. First off, Fleet promoted me to Admiral. I'll be working with Deep Space Command on several exploration initiatives there. Our ship's going to need a new captain. I've talked it over with Command, and they agree with my recommendation. You. Congratulations, my friend. I know the ship will be in good hands once I'm away. Don't think you've gotten rid of me, though. I plan on keeping you plenty busy out there.
Congratulations, Lieutenant. Every generation, Starfleet officers hear the call of duty. Hidden dangers lurk in space, and the threat of Klingon attack has made even the most stout-hearted reconsider their choice to travel throughout the stars. A last-ditch effort to find a common ground could end this conflict, but there are many who oppose peace. If the Federation is to be saved from chaos, new officers will need to take up the task of restoring peace. Live long and prosper, Lieutenant.
You said the thing.
I've outlined important people.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Space Station. Speak with the tailor to customize your appearance. After that, speak with the ship vendor to claim a shuttlecraft.
Your mini-map shows you where your objectives are. An arrow will appear on the mini-map if you are far away from your objective. Your objective locations can also be found on your compass, as well as your minimap.
I know that being a starship captain is a big responsibility, but I believe you're... Stay safe out there. Ever hear of Edron 4? Jim Kirk got into a tussle with a Gorn there and barely lived to tell the tale. Both the Gorn and the Federation have teams there now. I'd like you to back our people up in case the Gorn decide to engage in a little cowboy diplomacy. Stay safe out there.
This is your character. Here you can see your equipped items. Select the item in the list you wish to equip. You can also... Skills. Reaching each milestone will unlock additional bonuses or bridge officer training manual recipes. Powerful abilities can be earned by completing an entire space unlock path. Hold the X button to bring up your Captain Commands menu and select Return to Sector Space to leave orbit. Hold A to bring up your Captain Commands menu, select Primary Mission, and then select Travel to automatically fly to your destination. Sector Space is the main overworld map of Star Trek Online. From here, you can travel to different planets and systems. Sector Space is a no-combat zone.
Ensign Hunter, welcome aboard. I'm Security Chief Tarsi. Settling in okay?
It's going to take a little getting used to.
I can imagine. You'll be working with me in security, so if you need anything...
Thanks, Chief. I appreciate it.
Hey, don't mention it. Us red shirts stick together, right?
Right. You can count on me, Chief.
Welcome to Edrin 4. I'm Bridget McKinnon, CO of the USS Zhangha. Glad you could join us. My science teams are on site and conducting initial surveys. Apparently, this place is quite the well, I'm sure my...
Transporter room to bridge. The geolo...
During missions, you can select the members of your...
Ah, there you are. Better late than never, huh? Ensign Skavrin, Starfleet Corps of Engineers. Lovely planet we've got here. Charming, even, if you're fond of heat and rocks. Still, it's not a complete wash. To say this place is mineral-rich would be an understatement.
Press left to scan the area. Your tricorder will point you toward your nearest objective.
My tricorder's showing some interesting mineral formations beyond this ridge.
This looks like a good place to start our scans.
Nice to see a report was spot on for once. The mineral deposits here are remarkably pure. This carbon deposit is unusually pure. Apparently, the Metrons don't prepare half-rate planets. Whoever gets the mineral rights to this planet will be pleased. Very pleased indeed. My readings indicate there might be dilithium on this planet. I'll need to take more scans to be sure. The variety of minerals in the topsoil alone is astounding. Either my tricorder's broken, or the... Mortar fire! We'd better head back to... Whoa! The mortars have closed off the pass! We can't reach the camp! Who would do this?
Look! Over there!
It's the Gorn! Over there! There might be a way out of this infernal canyon further down the valley.
We need a way out of this canyon, and I'm thinking...
Have you read Captain Kirk's report on this place? We have all the materials we need here to make bombs. They won't be pretty like me.
Behind us!
Right. Well, at least the Gorn are punctual. Keep them off us!
Enemy targets on sensors.
Crush that Koloff good, Hunter. Not like that. Finer. Careful with that. Potassium nitrate can react explosively with these materials. Now, mix it with the coal. Carefully! I'd rather not get blown to pieces today, if you don't mind. We're just about done.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Done! Now let's get these bombs in place.
The bombs are primed to blow. We should move to a safe distance.
Fire in the hole!
Looks like some Gorn came through here. We better hurry.
Thank you. Things were looking pretty grim there for a moment. The Gorn. They kept saying the deaths of their people would be avenged, but we didn't do anything. I haven't fired a phaser since the Academy.
Good to hear from you. Thank you for saving my people. We're making repairs, but it'll... We're picking up Gorn.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Press the right trigger to fire energy weapons. Press the right bumper to fire torpedoes.
Thanks for covering up. Slow but steady. Our warp drive is still disabled. Thanks. I hate to ask, but something's sending it now.
Captain, the crew of the Zhang Ha who are on Gorn ships aren't as tough, not with the data we have. Picking up debris from the Gorn ship. I'll shave my eyebrows.
Warning. Ship is under
It's the same ship as before. Doesn't look like they're back at full strength, though.
Thought we could share this space equally, Federation. Your eye see no Romulans, only most convenient, Captain. But I am unconvinced.
Captain, I've got an idea.
Oh look, I was right.
You're quite the clever one, Captain. Too clever, I'm afraid. No one can know about...
Okay.
Target shields have failed.
Hey, welcome to stream.
Shields have
Well fought, Federation. The hegemony will remember the Romulan treachery today, and your assistance in exposing it. I propose we continue our joint surveys of Edrin 4 under a mutual non-aggression pact.
So there was another player on the field. Nice work out there, Captain. We'll be heading for the closest starbase soon, but we'll be back to finish our work here, along with the Gorn, I'll wager. I think the Romulans will take a pass, though.
Most missions can be turned in remotely. Hold the X button to bring up your Captain Commands menu.
I've read Captain McKinnon's report.
To report to
Sounds
the
like things
contact
got a little
and
rough
turn in
on
the mission.
Edrin 4. Still, the diplomatic corps thinks your actions will make a difference in future talks with the Gorn. Well done. Stay safe.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Starfleet hasn't heard from Deep Space Station K-13 in a while. It's in a tactically sensitive part of the quadrant, and the brass is getting concerned. Get out there, find out what you can, and render assistance if needed. And hey, be careful, okay? This could go sideways fast.
Alright, before I go, since you said this could turn sideways... Y'all can hear me, just let me know. I don't even know if this thing really works all that well or not. To the couple people who may or may not be watching. Oh wait, no, that's it right there. Is it? Yeah, there it is. This could only mean one thing. I'm gonna... Yep.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed. Target's shields have failed.
Stay away! They're taking control!
Stop where you are and turn about slowly. Neuroparasites. A life form last encountered by the crew of the Enterprise at Deneva Tumet. And while you have not engaged in hostilities thus far, I have seen infected employ. Scans show a slightly elevated level of adrenaline, though nowhere near that of an infected life. According to Starfleet data files, as a precaution.
Now there's a voice I wasn't expecting. I take it you heard my distress call then. Well, in case you haven't noticed, the station's been overrun by neuroparasites. The wee devils are back with a vengeance. I'm afraid not. I'm in the auxiliary control room, down on the engineering deck. The place is filthy with parasites, so you'll understand if I don't go out for a wee jaunt.
I have secured a small amount of security gear. It may give you another edge against the We may be able to gain useful knowledge by scanning one of the infected. The creatures continue to be resistant to tricorder scans, sir. It may be fascinating. I'm detecting an unusually high level of tachyons near.
So,
the auxiliary control station is down the hall to our right. I'm reading a single human life form within the room. The bios...
Hi there. It's good to see a friendly face. There you are. I was beginning to get a bit concerned. Thought you might have been...
While I cannot
Aye, she's a Vulcan, all right. I was trying to override the lighting control.
Equip a kit to gain new ground combat abilities.
Aye, this is one of the broken relays, right here. That one was easy. Just a few more to go. Oh. I'll have this fixed up straight away. That takes care of that. No trouble at all. This one just needs new fuses. There we are. Good as new. Now this may be a bit tricky. Just a wee bit longer. There we are now. It looks like someone has overridden the command codes. You best...
Look, who are those soldiers? They're definitely not Starfleet.
Parasites! They're dying! All of them!
Salvage what you can and send a squad to kill the Federation vermin!
We need to talk. Actually, the name's Daniels. This may be a little difficult to absorb, but recent events may make it more plausible. I'm actually from the future. I can't tell you how far, just that it's a future worth protecting. That's why I'm here now. The aliens we're fighting are called the Nakul, and they're waging a temporal Cold War with us. They're trying to change the timeline here in order to disrupt the future. Understand that I follow a temporal version of the Prime Directive. There's only so much I can reveal to you. Trust that we're doing the right thing here. Time's a factor. We need to stop the Nakul from obtaining the neural parasites. The Nakul ship that brought these invaders is now fighting the USS Ptolemy. Someone must have sent a distress call. Unfortunately, Ptolemy is no match for the Nakul. Neither is your ship, at least not alone. We should eliminate the parasites on the ships you fought earlier. Those crews will help you once their minds are their own again. It's risky, but it's our best shot here.
Welcome to the stream. If you can hear me, let me know.
I'm transferring command codes to you now. Use them to remotely access the computer on the...
This is Captain Seralt of the Ptolemy. We have engaged the enemy ship, but we are outmatched. Please restore those ships and join the fight quickly.
That did it, Captain. Looks like everyone's coming around. The parasites are gone.
This is Captain... Parasites? What?
Something's wrong. We're not doing any damage.
The Ptolemy has been destroyed. They have some kind of temporal shielding.
Temporal shielding? Never heard of it. But maybe a modular ion was destructed. Fine work, Captain. You sent those devils back to wherever they came from. Scott here. The portal's collapsing. We're in for a right bumpy ride. Everyone's aboard. Get us clear before that portal blows. There she goes. I don't think anyone's ever seen a station do that. Perhaps not. After all, it was a temporal vortex. They may well survive. In another time. Well then, it's been quite a day, hasn't it? Neural parasites. Time-traveling raiders. Why, things will seem almost normal once I'm back on the Enterprise. Speaking of, I'm sure the ships here can give me a lift back to her now that they're parasite-free. If Starfleet Command gives you any grief on this, remind them that lives are more valuable than equipment. And you saved a lot of lives today.
I apologize for springing all of this on you at the last minute, and I'll explain more as soon as I can. For now, I can tell you that history is unfolding as it should, and that was not the end of K-13. You're building a fine tradition of making the right decisions in crisis situations. In the meantime, don't talk to anyone about the Nakul or their time travel. We can't risk any further corruption of the timeline.
Let me get this straight. K-13, an entire space station, just disappeared into some type of spatial anomaly? And I thought some of Kirk's after-action reports were a little out there. Starfleet Command won't be pleased with the loss of K-13, or the people that were still on board, but they'll be happy to hear about the lives you did save. Good work out there. Keep it up. Stay safe.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
You have a new captain power available in your radio menu. Press the L2 button to show all your powers. Use the left stick to
We have a
navigate
problem
this
at Babel.
radio menu.
Cord and rebels have taken
Press the
several
L3
Federation
button
trade
to set
officials
your quick
hostage.
power
And they're
and
threatening to
update
kill them
default
unless the
captain
UFP
power
withdraws
to
from the
use.
Corden sector.
Press the R2
I'd
button
like you to work with
activate
the
a power
negotiation
directly
team and
from
try to
this
resolve
radio
this
menu.
peacefully.
Captain, I need to speak with you in my quarters. There's more to this mission than you realize, Captain. Something's not right. I'll explain shortly. All right. I appreciate your patience. I'm what's known as a temporal agent. It's my job to preserve the timeline. You helped me stop one temporal incursion at K-13. There's been another at Babel, and I could use your help with it. Welcome to the Temporal Ready Room. I use it to monitor the timeline. The Nakul have sent agents to a critical point in time. We believe they disrupted the Babel Conference in 2268 aboard the USS Enterprise. I want to send you back there to stop them. You'll be sent back to a point shortly before the conference begins. I'm sending one of our best temporal agents along. I believe you've met.
Nice to see you again. It's been some time. For me, at least. For you, I see hardly any time has passed at all. It must be strange to see me looking, older.
Once you're on Enterprise, deal with the Nakul and make sure the conference proceeds as planned. You'll have a temporal transponder, which will allow me to communicate with you and bring you back. You'll also have these bioscanners. They're short range, but will detect Nakul agents nicely.
Do the job right, and no one will know we were there.
Thank you for coming, Captain.
Let's begin by using Enterprise's sensors to look for signs of our time-traveling friends. That computer won't have any details on the Nakul. Oh, and one more item to be aware of. Ensign Pavel Chekhov is currently on duty on the bridge. Let's get to work. I will check with you again after you are done on the bridge. Nice work. I'm getting some readings from Deck 11, but I can't...
Vulcan, I would speak to you.
Does seem unavoidable.
How do you vote on the Corridon mission?
Is there something I can help you with? Oh, should I be concerned? Of course. Now, if...
Looks like they're on the move. Though I'm still getting a lot of false readings on the sensors. Let's keep checking the deck. Like the old Russian saying goes, 2 heads are better than 1. Being here takes me back. It was quite a different time for Starfleet. Head back toward the reception. Head toward the observation deck. Turn toward the engineering circuits, away from the turbo lift. There he is. Wait, that's Ambassador Gav. The captain's wound is serious. He'll bleed out if we don't help him. Good. It looks like the captain is stabilized. We need to...
Someone set a bomb in here. I cannot defuse and keep the mains online at the same time. Wait, check up.
It's complicated, Scotty. We've been sent back in time to keep the Enterprise from being destroyed. Aliens are trying to...
All right, lad. You can start by helping me. Divert power to the number 4 shield. Good work. Now check on that bomb. Work on that bomb. See if you can defuse it or delay it. Auxiliary power. 2 weapons. Good work. Now check on that bomb. Repair teams to Deck 19. Good work. Now check on that bomb. The captain's ordering me to cut the power? I see what he's about. That got him.
We can't disarm this bomb, but we need to get to that Orion ship anyway. We can take it with us.
Why not just beam it into space?
We can't let that ship be captured. It has dangerous technology on it. Scotty, I need you to trust me. That ship needs to be destroyed. You can't tell anyone what happened here. It could damage the timeline irreparably. Besides, I'm captain now, so I technically outrank you.
All right, lad. I'll take you at your word. Once you're ready, I'll send you and that bomb over. Good luck to you. Energizing. Now, what's this?
The Orions will lock down their ship. We need to override their security systems.
Press the right stick to crouch. Crouching gives a defensive bonus against ranged attacks, but increases damage from melee attacks.
I'm going to try to...
That was close. I'm glad I got you out of there in time. You're both valuable agents. Of course, no one will know what you've done today, with the exception of Commander Scott. That being said, this won't be the strangest thing he'll see in his career. Not by a long shot. Indeed. Comes with the job, I'm afraid. In the meantime, I can send you and Captain Chekhov back to your respective timelines when...
That was quite an adventure. I think you have the makings of a fine temporal agent, my friend. As good as it was to see Enterprise again, I have other duties to attend to. We're preparing for a very serious event, the Battle of Procyon 5. Ah, but you don't need to worry about that now. Enjoy your time on the frontier of yesteryear.
A lot could have gone wrong today. We could have lost critical figures in history. Sarek of Vulcan, James Kirk, and the crew of the Enterprise. The list is long. However, the timeline was preserved, thanks to you and Captain Chekhov. The Babel Conference proceeds as planned, and Corridan is admitted to the Federation. Well done. I'll continue to monitor the timeline for incursions.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Things are heating up with the Tholians. Monitor stations are detecting large fleet movements toward Federation space, and they're refusing all of our diplomatic hails. Stay safe out there.
The Federation shouldn't be having significant issues with the Tholians at this point in time. I've been scanning the timeline, and I think I've found the problem. 2 years ago, a Tholian colonial... I've pinpointed the incident in question, setting temporal transponder back 2 years. We need to correct the timeline during the Defiance encounter with the Tholians.
Yes.
We've arrived in 2268, and not a moment too soon. The Nakul are clear. We're being hailed by the Defiant.
Good to see you. We're in a real tight spot here.
This was Tholian colony.
See if you can take a little pressure off. We need to firm up our shields.
Alert. Coordination. Attempt.
Aliens have disabled the Tholian flagship. She's in trouble.
Sir, if the Nakul kill the Queen, an entire Tholian bloodline will be wiped out.
Ship integrity compromised.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Don't suppose you have any idea what's going on here? There's nothing on these aliens in our computers or why they'd attack the Tholians, or us for that matter. All right, do what you need to do.
I know it doesn't feel great keeping... I've found appropriate transport coordinates on the Tholian flagship. Life signs. I'm detecting numerous Nakul life signs, and more are on the way. Nakul reinforcements are on their way to your position. Stay alert. flagship just spiked. Something's wrong, and I doubt the Tholians are to blame. I'm reading 4 incoming Nakul transporter signatures. Energy readings on the flagship are returning to normal. Whatever you did worked. We've stopped this shit. The last remaining Tholians are close to your position, and more Nakul are on their way. I'd hurry if I were you.
Humanoid command unit, right to kill your kind. This is irrational. Explain. Federation, Nakul, all humanoids are the same. Chaotic, irrational, peaceful, then those you call Nakul kill our people, our children. You cannot help us. Too late. The hatchlings.
We've got enemy ships on an intercept course.
Continue to fight, Nakul. Keep that.
I've been monitoring the Tholian Queen's progress. She has...
Okay, and I don't need to know. Here they come. Lost our engines. It'll take a while for my chief engineer to work a few miracles. That dreadnought is coming in fast. My engineers are gonna need time. A lot more time. More ships inbound to our location.
Federation, you have proven you are different, rational. This pleases us. We have sent word to our sisters, the Naku.
The Queen's message has been sent through subspace and... Yes! The timeline is correcting itself.
Our engines are still down! We can't escape!
No. I'm afraid that this is their fate. I'm afraid there's not. History states that the Defiant went missing, only to be found here weeks later by the Enterprise. The Tholians will remember this as well. This encounter may lead them to be more inward-focused. Captain Archer had similar concerns when I worked with him. We often disagreed, but in the end, we were able to work past our differences and do the right thing. I hope you and I can do the same. Leaving Defiant to her fate was a hard choice, but it saved untold billions of lives. That has to count for something.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
We have a situation in the Caleb system. The Klingons are massing a battle fleet in that sector, and it's pointed at Federation space. I'm leading a force to respond to this aggression, and I want you to be a part of it. If they cross the line, stay safe out there.
This is a pivotal moment in Federation history. The Nakul may attempt to disrupt it somehow, change the course of time. We'll need to look for signs of temporal flux. If they show up, we'll need to deal with them, no matter what.
All hands, this is Admiral Garrett aboard the USS Yorktown. I'm the commanding officer of this task force. Our long-range sensor platforms have detected a Klingon battle fleet massing near this system. At the moment, they're attacking our subspace relay network in order to disrupt communications and long-range surveillance in this sector. We have the Klingons outnumbered at this time. Should they abandon reason and follow a standard attack doctrine, fire to disable their ships if possible. A strong show of force should send them back to their side of the line. All ships go to yellow alert. Garrett out. All ships, give chase. Ships. Decloaking? ships, this is Garrett. Execute battle plan Sigma 4. Repeat, execute battle... Concentrate fire on the boost. We need to protect them.
Brought to heel at last by the Klingon Empire. Those who remain shall know we Klingons can be gracious in victory.
I'm picking up a temporal anomaly on one of the Klingon ships. Leave that to me. I'll modify the transporter and beam you over, past their shields.
Section. Eliminate them immediately.
You need to finish them now. All of them. You don't understand how dangerous they are.
I don't need to do anything. Do not forget who is captain here and who is merely a visitor.
I've given you the means to victory. I suggest you use them now.
Noted, though it seems we have other concerns now.
I warned you, Core. Deal with this. Don't fail me.
Well, well. I was hoping for Kirk, but I got you. Pity. So you're the Federation globflies who found their way onto my... And in that... A valiant effort, little fly. But it is over! Glorious!
Disengage under best possible power.
Well done. Thanks for the help.
Nice work. I owe you one.
Make for heading 265 Mark 10. Best speed.
Run while you can, Starfleet. Won't get far.
You won't be forgotten. You've done us all proud. Give him hell, my friend.
At least one Starfleet officer has the courage to die well. Tomedu, Bomedu.
Target shields have failed.
You're dead. Your ship was destroyed in combat while protecting the retreat of Admiral Garrett's forces. Your sacrifice allowed Garrett to warn Starfleet about Klingon cloaking tech.
Target's shields have
But your
failed.
ship was lost with all hands. At least, that's what's in the history books. I've brought you and the crew members I could save to the early 25th century. You're being recruited as a temporal agent. Since you're dead, we're giving you a new identity. We have a speed training and reacclimation process that will help you to fit in. I know this is a bit unusual, but you'll get used to it. Believe me when I say it's better than the alternative.
Welcome to Earth Space Dock. Busy day on the holodeck, sir? I love dressing up for those historical holo novels, too. My Harry Mudd costume took first prize last year. That being said, you're scheduled for a meeting with the top brass, so you might want to update your uniform beforehand. The Admiral can be a stickler for that sort of detail, after all. You're scheduled for a meeting with the top brass, so you might want to update your uniform before...
Security teams, report to Code Bay 6.
Alert. A spatial anomaly has been detected in Grid 6.
Welcome to the 25th century. We've been expecting you. Your new cover identity is in place, and Admiral Quinn's expecting you in the office behind me. Report to him for your orders. Remember, do not tell anyone about your status as a temporal agent. Your goal is to observe and correct, not to interfere. The arrival of House Mokai...
Paris shuttle arriving at Dr. Bay 6. Transporter technician to Route 46. The shuttle to Saturn will leave in 0830 hours.
Condition Alpha. Repeat. Condition Alpha.
I see you chose a fine ship with a top-notch crew, one of Starfleet's best. I hope you're ready to get back out there. I've received a report there is...
Security teams, report to Club 47.
Docking Bay 12 is offline. Holodeck time can be reserved at the kiosk on Deck 48.